a story, and the title of the story is The Carpet Fitter. So, there was a guy named Eddie. He was a carpet fitter, and he was sick of his job. He hated his job, and he was doing that for 10 years. He had spent his days sitting, squatting, kneeling on the floors in houses, shops, restaurants, factories, and no one ever appreciated his job. That's why he hated his job. That's why he's sick of his job. No one ever said that, oh, your job is beautiful. You know, they just walked over it. They don't care. He was especially sick of his job when it's a hot, humid day in August, and he was just cutting and fixing the last edge of Miss Van Bro's house. She always change her carpets every year, and she always bought the best one. But she never given the Eddie a cup of tea. And when Eddie wants to smoke, she made him to go outside when he wanted to smoke, you know. And after doing that, fixing the carpets in the Miss Van Bro's house, Eddie sat back and sighed. The job was done. The job was done, and he was like, "Ah, it's time for a cigarette, you know. I mean, cigarette." He began tapping her pocket. He is looking for his cigarettes, but he can't find it. You know, he can't. He can't find his cigarette. He was like, "Where's my cigarette?" And he was looking for his cigarette and saw a lamp in the middle of the carpet of Miss Van Bro's house, and he thought that it was a cigarette. So he said that, "West, I've done it again. I've left my cigarette in the below the under the carpet, you know." And when he had ever done that before, for once, and it took 2 hours for fixing that. I'm sorry, for fixing that, and he will not doing that again, you know. So he decided to beat the lamp with his hammer. So he took his hammer from his toolbox and beat the lamp for and he beat the lamp, and then he began to put the 2 blocks on it. So the it it will be not damaging the lamp, and he kept beating the lamp, hoping that Miss Van Brugh wouldn't hear the noise and come to see what he was doing, because it will be hard to explain why he was hammering in the middle of the beautiful carpet. After 3 or 4 minutes, his job was finished, and he called Miss Van Brugh for dining room to inspect his work. "Yes, dear, very nice," said the lady, being around the room briefly. "You're sending me a bill then?" "Yes, madam. As soon as I report my office tomorrow that the job is done." Eddie picked up his tools and began to walk out to the fan, and Miss Van Droffes accompanied him. She seemed a little worried about something, and she asked, Young man, didn't you see my bird today while you were walking? Didn't you see Armand? Armand is my bird. I I let my bird go out of the cage. You see this morning, and disappeared. He is disappeared. He likes to walk around on the houses, and he's so good. Usually, just come back to his cage after an hour, or so gets it right. Only today he didn't come back. He's never done such a thing before. And Eddie was like, "No, madam, I haven't seen him anywhere." And he reached to the start of the fan, and he started to turn off the fan and saw his pocket of Marlboro on the dashboard where he had left it at lunchtime. And he remembered that the lamp in the carpet and realized that the lamp was and remembered the hammering and began to feel rather sick. Ah, we cool.